Hey friend, Sunday Joe here. Welcome to the Workforce Link podcast, where we're offering forward-thinking conversations for the workforce, linking employers and job seekers to a brighter tomorrow. I, my friends, am beyond excited to kick off this podcast with you. Before we get started, though, in this episode of learning how to find our why, I want to give you a glimpse into what this podcast is all about. You know, what you can expect from me and why in the world, in a sea full of podcasts, you should listen to this one. In every episode of the Workforce Link, it's my goal to create discussions around a variety of topics, including job search tips, resume building tips, leadership lessons, personal development, life application tips, the list goes on. We're also going to be featuring a variety of interviews with industry leaders in various aspects of the workforce, including restaurant managers, authors, business owners, corporate, private employers, nonprofit leaders. Again, the list goes on. This podcast is going to be a mix of educational and informative information, as well as one-on-one interviews with some really, really cool people, so stay tuned for that. So before we get started, who exactly is the we that I'm referring to? This podcast is brought to you by the Central Workforce Development Region, where we're strengthening communities through workforce development efforts. The work done to assist the communities in Central Region is a collective effort of the Central Ozarks Private Industry Council, the Office of Workforce Development, and the Central Workforce Development Board, along with numerous community partners here in Central Missouri. Services are provided through 4 comprehensive job centers, 4 satellite locations, and an administrative office. We provide employers a skilled workforce, and we help job seekers access jobs and increase their skills. Simple as that, right? Simple yet powerful. And who in the world am I? You've probably not heard of me before. I'm Sunday Joe. Some of my friends call me SJ. I'm a caring, compassionate, thought-provoking communicator who serves as the communications coordinator for the Central Workforce Development Board. And I know that I've mentioned it already before, but I'm telling you, man, I am so excited to be on this journey with you. So honored that I get to be the host of this podcast. And last but not least, we are definitely going to laugh together every now and again. You know, we can't have all work and no play, right? So we're going to make this as fun as possible because learning should be fun, right? So if you are in for some fun, so am I. So with that said, my friend, let's get started. You lose your way when you lose your why. Those are 9 of the most powerful words that I've ever heard, spoken by my friend Gail Hyatt. Here's a question for you. Have you ever stopped long enough to ask yourself, why? And not the why that you might be thinking I'm referring to. Not, why did I quit school? Or why did I get pregnant as a teenager? Not, why did I quit that job before I found another one? Or why did I launch that business without a solid plan? That's not the why questions I'm talking about. These are the why questions I'm talking about. Why do I want to do something different with my life? Why do I want to rebuild a relationship with my kids? Why do I want to get an honest paying job? Why do I want to pursue that dream job? Why do I want to start that business? Why do I want to lose weight? Why do I want to live a better life? Or here's a big one too. Why do I want to be clean and sober? I believe everything changes when we start asking ourselves that vital question. I want to tell you a little bit about my story before we go any further. In 2009, my father died of an accidental overdose. He was only 48 years old. He spent his whole life succumbing to addiction. He didn't leave a legacy worth remembering. And you know, I wasn't sure that I would ever recover from that heartbreak, from the feeling of abandonment of a father who was supposed to protect me, a father who was supposed to, walk me down the aisle. But through time, I did recover. Through time, I did heal. And the more healing I did, the more I uncovered my why. Why do I have a passion for you to understand your value? Because my dad didn't understand his, but it's not too late for you. Why do I have a desire to see you succeed in life? Because my dad didn't believe that he deserved anything good, but it's not too late for you. Why do I care so much about your freedom? Because my dad lived a life in bondage, and I believe that you don't have to. Why do I believe you can still be a great father or a great mother to your children? Because I'd give anything to spend 5 more minutes with my dad. And I believe it's not too late for you to restore relationships. Hey friend, just want to interrupt for a quick second to tell you about something really amazing that's happening in the central region of Missouri right now. I want to talk about apprenticeships. In what some have called a dying industry, the Missouri Office of Apprenticeship and Work-Based Learning says differently. The Central Workforce Development Region is excited to partner with the Department of Higher Education and Workforce Development to offer Missouri Apprentice Connect, providing hundreds of opportunities in Central Missouri for a variety of apprenticeship opportunities. What in the world is an apprenticeship, you might be asking? Well, it's an industry-driven, high-quality career pathway in which workers can obtain paid work experience, classroom instruction, and a transferable credential, while job creators develop and prepare their future workforce. They offer some amazing things: a flexible training model that can be customized to meet the needs of every business and industry, a viable tool for the state to use to give Missourians the necessary skills to exceed. We all need that, right? An affordable approach to training and education for the employer and the job seeker. Love that word, affordable. And it's an opportunity to earn a paycheck while learning from day one, reducing the potential to take on student debt. Workers who complete apprenticeship programs earn an average of, listen to this, you ready for this? Earn an average of $300,000 more over their career when compared to peers who don't. That's some good news, my friends. 94% of apprentices retain employment after completing an apprenticeship program. If you are a training provider or an employer who wants to invest in this exciting opportunity, now is the time, my friend. If you're looking for a bridge between school and a profitable career, an apprenticeship is the answer. You can take the next step today and learn more at cwdregion.com/moappconnect. That's cwdregion.com/moappconnect. And now, back to the show. And I believe it's not too late for you to restore relationships. And that is regardless of your past. Why do I believe that you have something to offer this world despite your past addictions, despite your past decisions? Because you're still breathing, that's why. Because you're still here. Because the world is full of second chances. Why do I believe that you can choose a successful career pathway despite your circumstances? Because we have access today to more resources than we could ever imagine, and I want you to have that same access. So you might be thinking, okay, what in the world does all of this have to do with the workforce? What kind of podcast did I get myself into? And my friend, listen to me. Finding your why has everything to do with the workforce. So I used to teach personal and professional development to justice-involved individuals in a variety of prisons throughout Missouri. And when I first got that job, they wanted me to just go in and they wanted me to teach job skills, how to find a job, how to interview, how to create a resume, things like that. Those are all great things that we need to learn for sure. But what we quickly learned is that if those men and women didn't understand their value, if they didn't know why they wanted to do something different, then I could teach them job skills all day long, right? But it didn't really matter. And that doesn't just apply to justice-involved individuals. That applies to me. That applies to you. There's a reason behind every decision that we make in life, good or bad. But if we get to know our why, the better our chances for success in all areas of life. And that includes the careers that we pursue. So, as you may have noticed by now, I'm pretty passionate about this topic. It's one of my favorite topics to teach about, and I thought there was no better way to kick off this podcast than to talk about something so important and to lead the way with something so important as knowing our why. And I'll spend the rest of my life, no matter what job I do, no matter what career I'm in, no matter what I'm doing, whether that's hosting a podcast or writing newsletters or building a website, no matter what that is, I'll spend the rest of my life reminding others that hope is still possible for them. Why? Because my dad lost his hope, and for a while it made me lose mine. But because of his tragedy, I hold on tightly to my why. As long as I am still blessed with the opportunity to live on this earth, I will strive to help you, my friend, you hold on to your why. Your children need you to find your why. Your parents need you to find your why. Your future boss needs you to find your why. Your grandchildren need you to find your why. Let me say that again. Your future boss or your boss right now, they need you to find your why. I could keep going. I know I said we were going to add some humor to some of these episodes, and we'll get there, I promise, but you got to hang tight, okay? Because there's something that I want to talk serious to you about. I want to tell you a story about my friend Chanel. In 2013, she jumped off a bridge and she ended her life. And just like that, in one quick moment, her life was gone, and the lives of so many who loved her were shattered. These are the words that my friend Chanel left for the world. She says, "Every day is a constant battle with addiction and depression. Please beat whatever addiction you're going through. There was nothing more that anyone could have said to me. The pain is too great for me to carry. I want people to be aware of how dangerous this dependency is. I want my words to reach out and maybe save someone. I love all of you and will miss you even more." I know that that's some heavy stuff to sit in. But don't give up on me just yet. This all ties together. Why do I want others to be free from their addiction? Because my friend Chanel stopped fighting her battle, and I don't want you to stop fighting yours. I believe in you. Why am I so passionate about you choosing truth over lies that you've believed about yourself? We're going to get into that later in another episode. Because my friend stopped believing the truth and allowed the lies to destroy her. But you don't have to. I believe in you. Why do I care so much about you when we barely know each other? Because, my friends, I know that despite your past, you have something to offer this world. I believe in you. I will spend the rest of my life reminding others that it's not too late for them. Why? Because my beautiful friend lost her hope, and for a while, it made me lose mine. Because of her tragedy, I hold on tightly to my why. As long as I'm still blessed with the opportunity to live on this earth, I will strive to help you hold on to your why. So Let's brainstorm together for a minute, okay? Think about this. Ask yourself this question. What would happen if you started digging in to finding your why? What would happen if you started digging into finding your why? I'm going to give you some questions to get you going, to get your brain started, but I encourage you, don't stop here, okay? Keep going, keep processing through this, keep processing through these questions, okay? But here's some examples to get you started. Why do I want to pursue that career? Why do I want to rebuild a relationship with my kids? Why do I want to be a better boss? You don't have to write these down, by the way. I'm going to give you a link to a download in just a second, okay? So why do I want to be a better boss? Why do I want to save my money? Why do I want to get an honest paying job? Why do I want to go back to school? Why do I want to stop being a victim of my circumstances? Why do I want to live a better life? Why do I want to be clean and sober? Those are heavy questions, right? Then I want you to think about these questions. Who will benefit from knowing your why? Who will benefit from knowing your why? What will knowing your why offer the world? What will knowing your why offer the world? What freedom will you walk in if you know your why? What freedom will you walk in if you know your why? So I've made it even easier for you to process through these questions, okay? We've provided a free download that you can print off and work at your own pace, okay? You can download it for free at cwdregion.com/why. Again, that's cwdregion.com/why. You know, I've taught this lesson 1,000 times. I've helped hundreds of people find their why, and this never gets old. It gets me fired up, which means that I'm living out my why. And that is my hope for you, my friend, as we go on this journey together, that you truly, truly know your why and that you never let go of it. Because, don't lose sight of these words, my friend. You lose your way when you lose your why. When life gets hard and you're struggling to pay the bills, hold on to your why. When you're struggling to prove to others that you're different this time, but they might be skeptical, hold on to your why. When your patience is on the verge of breaking and you don't think you can stand one more minute of this thing called life, hold on to your why. I believe in you, my friend. Have a great week, my friend, and we'll meet again in the next episode. Until then, remember this: there's always a brighter tomorrow if you're willing to find it. Hey, if you enjoyed today's episode of the Workforce Link, would you mind heading over and leaving a review wherever it is that you listen to this podcast? This helps others find us, and that's our goal, to enjoy these conversations with as many people as possible. Oh, and preferably a 5-star review would be great. The Central Region Workforce Development Board Incorporated and COPIC are equal opportunity employers and programs. Auxiliary aids and services are available upon request to individuals with disabilities. Missouri Relay Services at 711.